still chasing the expensive flagship phones, but something just dropped that makes you ask a dangerous question. Are flagship phones even worth it anymore? Because this is the Xiaomi 17T Pro, a phone packing massive battery, a Leica system camera, and a performance that quietly puts it in the same conversation as one of the most expensive phones in the world. And the shocking part, it's not trying to be the most expensive phone, it's trying to be the smartest purchase. Because in 2026, buyers are starting to ask different questions. Not what's the most powerful phone, but what's the smartest phone for my money? And that is where the Xiaomi 17T Pro enters the conversation. So, in the next few minutes, we are breaking down the battery, camera, performance, who this phone is actually for, and whether this is truly the flagship killer of 2026. It's Techinsight with Ike. Hit the subscribe button if you have not. That way, you won't miss my next upload. Let's get into it. Let's start with something you actually feel every single day: battery life. The Xiaomi 17T Pro comes with a huge battery that immediately stands out in the market, where many phones are getting thinner, but not necessarily lasting longer. Numbers are nice, fine, but real-world experience is what matters. This is the kind of phone built for people who spend hours scrolling, streaming, gaming, working, navigating, recording videos, and still expect their phone to be alive at the end of the day, meaning there is still life remains in the battery. And that is becoming more important than ever, because most people aren't sitting beside the charger all day. They are commuting, working, traveling, creating content, running businesses, and living life. In many parts of the world today, you'll agree with me that battery life is all about convenience. But in countries like Nigeria, where unexpected power interruptions can still happen, battery life becomes something much more valuable. It becomes peace of mind. You stop checking your battery percentage every hour. You stop carrying a charger everywhere. And you stop making decisions based on how much battery you have left. This isn't just a bigger battery, it's fewer interruptions. And sometimes, that's the upgrade people appreciate the most. Now, let's talk about the camera, because this might be the most underrated part of the phone. The Xiaomi 17T Pro features a Leica-tuned camera system, and that partnership continues to be one of Xiaomi's strongest advantages. But what really stands out here is the telephoto zoom, because zoom cameras are often the difference between taking a photo and capturing a moment. Whether you are at a concert, traveling, attending an event, or simply photographing something far away, having quality zoom changes how you shoot. The interesting thing about this camera setup is that it doesn't rely on flashy marketing. It doesn't constantly scream that it's a revolutionary. Instead, it focuses on giving users flexibility. And flexibility is what often creates better photos. This is the type of camera that doesn't try to impress you on a spec sheet. It tries to impress you after you take the shot. If you are learning something more about the new Xiaomi 17T Pro already, subscribe to my channel and share the video to help others. Now, let's talk performance, because powerful phones are everywhere, but consistent performance is harder to find. The Xiaomi 17T Pro packs a flagship-level hardware that gives it the speed most people expect from premium devices. Apps launch quickly, multitasking feels smooth, gaming remains responsive, and everyday tasks feels effortless. But here is the angle most reviews mix. Many people aren't buying phones they will replace next year. They are buying phones they hope will still feel fast 3 years, 4 years, or even 5 years from now. And that's where performance becomes more than a benchmark score. It becomes an investment. A phone that remains smooth over time saves money, frustration, and unnecessary upgrades. The best performance isn't the phone that feels fast today. It's the phone that still feels fast after years. Now, let's be honest, this phone isn't for everyone, and that's actually a good thing. If you're constantly shooting videos, recording content, posting on social media, or managing multiple apps at once, this phone makes a lot of sense. The combination of battery life, zoom capabilities, and performance creates a tool that is built for creators who spend hours on their phones every day. Then, there are people who simply want a phone that works. Not the most expensive, not the most fashionable, just reliable. These are people who care more about performance than branding, more about battery life than status, about value than hype. And this is perhaps the most important group. People living in places where smartphones aren't just entertainment devices. They are work tools, business tools, banking tools, navigation tools, and communication tools. In markets like Nigeria and other growing economies, a smartphone isn't a luxury item, it's a daily necessity. And when that's the case, reliability starts to matter a lot more than prestige. The Xiaomi 17T Pro is not trying to impress everyone. It's trying to be useful for the people who depends on their phones the most. Now, we arrive at the biggest question. What exactly makes a flagship phone worth a flagship money? Because when you compare the Xiaomi 17T Pro to ultra-premium devices, something interesting happens. The gap starts looking smaller. Yes, premium devices still have advantages. They often have better refinement, better ecosystem integration, better recognition. But the Xiaomi 17T Pro forces buyers to ask a difficult question. How much are those advantages actually worth? Because when a phone delivers strong performance, strong battery life, strong cameras, and a premium experience, the conversation changes. Especially at a time when smartphone prices continue to climb. This phone doesn't need to beat every flagship, it just needs to make people question paying more. Of course, no phone is perfect, and the Xiaomi 17T Pro has compromises. The software experience may not be everyone's favorite. Some premium devices still offer a more polished overall experience. And for some buyers, brand prestige matters. That's the reality. But here's the thing. Being a flagship killer was never about being perfect. It's about delivering the features people care about most at a price that makes sense. So, is the Xiaomi 17T Pro the flagship killer of 2026? For a lot of people, the answer might actually be yes. Not because it's the most expensive, not because it's the most luxurious, and not because it's flawless, but because it understands what many buyers are looking for in 2026. Long battery life, strong cameras, reliable performance, and value, lots of value. And that's why the Xiaomi 17T Pro could end up being the most important smartphones of the year. Now, I want to hear from you. Would you choose the Xiaomi 17T Pro over a flagship from Apple or Samsung? Or would you still go with the bigger brands? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more tech content. Do you want to upgrade your phone accessories? The link to our Amazon storefront is in the description below. We created them based on lifestyle and daily needs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.